Today, I'm going to make an insanely detailed K-pop Demon Hunters cake. Yeah! I'm gonna tell you right now, this video includes the biggest cake fail of my entire career.
No!
The cake fell over. Now what am I gonna do? We're about to find out. My name is Natalie Sideserf and I make cakes that don't look like cakes. And today I'm going to make a K-pop Demon Hunters cake. I am so excited to make this cake. So excited that I've decided to make the most difficult style cake that I can make. A bust cake of Rumi, the main character in the movie. I'm sculpting her face out of clay, and then I'm gonna make a mold of it. And then I'll fill that mold with chocolate, and I'll end up with an edible chocolate face. If I want this cake to look amazing, I'm going to have to put a lot of time into sculpting her face, which is why I'm using clay. With clay, I can spend a few days sculpting without having to worry about the fact that it's cake. Because once I introduce cake, I gotta hurry up so it doesn't go bad. Some people might think because it's anime, it's kinda easy, but it's not. I have to get all her proportions right and sculpt as smooth and clean as possible. Are you ready to hear how long it took me to sculpt this face? It took me 20 hours. Can you believe I'm already 20 hours into this cake? It's finished. Now I can finally make a mold of it. Rumi is a K-pop idol, so she has extremely detailed performance outfits and jewelry. And I'm going to make edible versions of every single detail. I've decided to recreate her outfit from the Golden performance. She's wearing a black sequin jacket with gold chains, accents, and hair accessories. How can I make all these details without spending a week sculpting them all? What if I get some help from real jewelry? I found this pack of earrings. I can use some of these to make molds of her jewelry. But how am I gonna make edible sequins? I'll worry about that later, one thing at a time. The reason I chose this outfit is because I want this to be an edible recreation of a very specific moment in the Golden performance. She's in her dressing room, looking at herself in the mirror, confronting her fears. Then the song starts to build and bam! She's on stage, she's singing, she's super confident, her voice is strong, and that is the moment I want to recreate in cake. It's the best part of the performance. These molds I just made, they look great. Now I'm making a bunch of these because in the Golden performance, she's wearing a lot of gold. Now comes my favorite part of making edible gold jewelry, painting everything gold. Look how neat that looks. The gold makes it look so much more realistic. Okay, so now, how am I gonna make edible sequins? I've had this red edible paper for a while now, and I need to use it before it expires. So I put it in my edible printer and printed out a solid black sheet. You can kind of see the red still, but I think it's fine. It's a good use of edible paper that's gonna expire. Now, how can I cut out a very large amount of tiny circles?
A hole punch.
Yes! This is probably the fastest way I can do it. The edible shine looks good. We're on the right track. Now I just need to punch out like 100 of these, like a couple hundred. The face mold is set, so let's pop out that clay face and see how it looks. This part always stresses me out because if the mold looks bad, then I have to do it all over again. All right, that looks good. I don't see any like imperfections or holes or anything. Now I can fill it with chocolate, let it chill, and then stress out all over again because the chocolate face might not turn out. It's a lot of this. It's a lot of, if it doesn't work, I gotta do it over again. So let's hope this looks good. Oh yeah, it looks good. That is a beautiful edible face. If I just stacked cake in the shape of Rumi, it wouldn't be sturdy. It would start to like squish and fall over. It wouldn't hold up. That's exactly why cake sculpting is so hard. So typically when I make a bust cake, I build a super sturdy internal structure to hold it up. The only bummer is you can't eat the structure.
But what if you could?
That would be so cool. Then I could just cut down the center of the entire thing. Everything's edible. Then you could eat literally the entire thing, leaving no crumbs. I have always wondered if I could do this, so we're trying it today. I lined a paper towel roll with parchment paper, and now we're gonna fill it with chocolate. But you gotta get it together. This will be the center pole that holds up the cake head. Now I'm making making a green chocolate cake board for the head.
Are you curious why I'm using green chocolate?
Same reason I used the red edible paper for the sequins. I've got a bunch of green chocolate around here for some reason. I gotta use it before it expires. Let's see how the chocolate pole looks. Yes, this is gonna work. And the edible cake board looks good too. Now I have to attach the face to the cake board. I did something similar to this when I made the Labubu cake, so it should work. I just seal both pieces together with melted chocolate. Now, what am I doing? I'm really making this up as I go. I need to attach the head to the pole, but the pole by itself is just gonna tip over. I'm gonna make an edible platform and then place the pole in it. And then I can place the head on top of the pole. Great, yes, now the pole won't tip over. Now I need something to rest her face on while I wait for the chocolate to harden. What about this container? Nope, that doesn't line up. It's too tall. What about this container of cereal? Bah, it's too short. A stack of cups? Oh, no, I'm not messing with that. That is not stable. None of these are the right height. What else do I have around here? What is that? I can't use Jenga, or can I? I can't believe I'm trying this. If this chocolate face falls, it'll crack and I'll have to remake everything. The whole point of Jenga is that the tower is unstable and it eventually falls over. But I can't find anything else around here that's the right height. See? Right there. It's the perfect height. Okay. I microwaved this plate so it's hot enough to melt the chocolate pole. And now I can place the cake board over top. And it looks like it's holding up. I'm sealing everything with more chocolate. I don't want anything to break off. Look at this monstrosity. What am I even doing? I went into this with no plan, and this is what we've got. But I will say, the entire thing is edible. We're doing it. I'm gonna let this set overnight. That way I know for sure that the chocolate is hardened. Good morning. It's time to play Jenga. Yes! Would you look at that? It's secure, the chocolate's firm. The pole is holding up the cake head. Oh yeah. I want to get as much sculpting done as I possibly can before I add cake. So I'm using modeling chocolate to sculpt Rumi's ears and neck. This cake is finally starting to come together. I have so much more to do, but I feel like I'm finally getting some. Do you wear clothes or know someone who does? Well, get yourself some more by heading over to sideserfcakes.com. That's where you can get some Sideserf Cake Studio clothes, like this shirt of Paige, the cake notebook. I just got this apron in.
And I love it.
I also got a shirt of Bob the Boba, Larry the Onion, and all designs come in kid and adult sizes. But not just t-shirts, there's all kinds of stuff. I'll put a link below so you don't get lost on your way to the store. And now back to the cake. I was so confident it was sturdy that I just wasn't being careful. I was aggressively putting the modeling chocolate on. I wasn't even thinking about the fact that it was fragile and edible. Okay, let's assess the damage. The chocolate face didn't crack. Really lucked out there. But her nose and bottom lip are both dented. I'm gonna have to find a way to fix those. But there is a more important thing to address right now. The pole of the structure broke in half. I know just trying to reseal it with melted chocolate is not gonna work. It's just gonna break again. Let's try something. I warmed up a metal straw in hot water, and I'm using it to hollow out the chocolate pole. At this point, I'm just gonna have to let go of the idea that this structure is 100% edible. I have to place something in the center of the hole that definitely won't snap. So I placed a wooden dowel in the center, and now I can place the head back on. I really hope this wooden dowel is strong enough to hold up that head. I'm bulking it up with some modeling chocolate and, oof. And I called this thing a monstrosity before. It looks terrifying. I have no idea if this is even secure, but I'm just gonna keep going. And I am going to be really careful with it from now on. Now let's try to fix the big dent in her nose. You know, this could have been way worse. The face actually looks pretty good other than the nose. And look at that, I was able to fix it. This cake has been a roller coaster. Just gotta dust myself off and move on. I'm using Rice Krispie treats for Rumi's shoulders. These are much more sturdy than cake, so I'm hoping that it'll keep her neck from breaking again. And now I I finally get to start working on her outfit. I'm so excited. Underneath her jacket, she's wearing a white sleeveless top. And it has a little bit of texture, almost like mesh. So I'm pressing a piece of fabric against the modeling chocolate to create that texture. I love the way this looks. It really looks like her top in the movie. And now I can put on her black jacket. This is a good start, but before I get into all the details, let's fill her head with cake. That's right, we're adding even more weight to the head. I'm so nervous this is gonna break. I'd say that the thing about Rumi that really makes her stand out is her hair. It's long and thick, and it's this really vivid purple. And it's styled in a way that's like a giant braid that starts at the front and goes all the way down to her feet. It's a big braid, so it is really important that I get her hair just right. It's the thing about Rumi that makes Rumi Rumi. I am putting a lot of effort into sculpting this hair, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it. I'm sculpting all these lines, like there's some areas that are more shallow and some are deep, and it's really starting to look like hair. Now this purple is not quite vivid enough. It needs to be more saturated. But before I paint her hair, let's add all the details in her outfit. From this point on, everything that I add to this cake is gonna be so fun. The left shoulder of her jacket has a stitched flower pattern, and I'm going to try so hard to sculpt it exactly how it looks in the movie. I am getting seriously detailed with this. Kinda wish the whole jacket was embroidered like this. I'm lightly tapping a blade on the modeling chocolate to create individual stitches. And this thread is gold. You know what that means. We get to paint it all gold. I always have so much fun doing this. I love the way the gold looks. Somehow that gold makes it look even more like thread. Next is the sequins. I do not have a plan for the sequins. I don't know how I'm gonna get them all over this jacket. First thing I'm gonna do is place them one by one around the flower pattern. And I am coming to the realization I'm gonna have to place each and every individual sequin on this jacket by hand. I tried to take like a handful of them and like pour them on. They just clumped up together. It did not look good. Individual sequins, every single one of these by hand, one at a time. Normally I'd be like, this is a ton of work, and I'd be kind of bummed about it. But honestly, I'm having fun doing this. I don't even mind putting them on individually because it's starting to look so cool. It's like as I start to add more and more, I get more excited, so it isn't bothering me at all. It's tedious, but in a good way. They look so good. And each sequin has a hole in it, like that little hole in the center. It's crazy, this is so detailed. In the movie, the white top that's under her jacket is shimmery. And I've got the perfect shimmer to add to this top. That little bit of shine really makes the texture pop. It doesn't look like chocolate at all. It looks like real fabric. And now I can add all those little gold chocolate accents that I made earlier. I'm like ridiculously into this edible costume. We have thread, sequins, fabric, chains. It's awesome. On her right shoulder, she has this, it's kind of like gold armor, and it has a floral embroidered design on it. I'm using a texture mat to add the swirl designs. The modeling chocolate I'm using happens to be green. I keep using stuff I have lying around. It's like, I have this green modeling chocolate, why not use it? It doesn't matter what color it is because I'm just gonna paint it gold. Usually when I make a bust cake, my favorite part to make is the face. I had a ton of fun making the face, but I'm also having a ton of fun making the outfit. This cake is about to really come to life because now we get to paint. When I first started this cake, I thought to myself,
The animation is really neat.
but as the cake started to come along, I really started to appreciate the animation. They designed each character to be unique, so they all have their own personalities. The color palette is very intentional, it's gorgeous, and the lighting, so good. Let's all clap for the animators and designers and everybody responsible. Let's just say I am not surprised this movie's a big deal. It's unique and high quality. It is so nice to see creative people putting out high quality work. It's inspiring. You know what's crazy? This cake is still intact. It broke, and then I somehow managed to put it back together, and it is still in one piece. I am so ready to just take a step back and see the whole thing. And there you have it, a K-pop demon hunter's cake. Do you think it looks like Rumi? There are so many details in her jacket. I still can't believe that halfway into making this cake, it fell apart. But we found a way to fix it, it's holding up, and I think it looks great. And now after all that, let's cut it. If you like this cake, let me know by liking this video. And subscribe so you don't miss the next one. I'll see you next time for another cake.